Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jaya Narottam Devim Saraswatim Tato Jayam Dhiri Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 24, the 61 explanations of the Atmaram verse, text 286 onwards. Tate rame yei sei sab Atmarama, vidhi bhakta raga bhakta tui vidhanam. One who always engages in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Atmaram. There are two types of Atmaram. One is an Atmaram engaged in regulative devotional service, Vidhi Bhakti, and the other is an Atmaram engaged in spontaneous devotional service, Raganuga Bhakti. दुई विद भक्त है चारी चारी प्रकार पारिषद साधन सिद्ध साधक गण आर. Both the Atmaramas engaged in regulative devotional service and those engaged in spontaneous devotional service are further categorized into four groups. There are the eternal associates, the associates who have become perfect by devotional service, and those who are practicing devotional service and are called sadhakas, of whom there are two varieties. जात अजात रति भेदे साधक दुई भेदा विधि राग मार्गे चारी चारी अष्ट भेद. Those who are practicing devotional service are either mature or immature. Therefore, the sadhakas are of two types. Since the devotees execute either regulative devotional service or spontaneous devotional service, and there are four groups within these two divisions, altogether there are 8 varieties. Vidhi Bhakti Nitya Siddha Parishad Das, Pakha Guru Kanta Gan, Chari Vidha Prakash. By executing regulative devotional service, one is elevated to the platform of an eternally perfect associate, such as a servant, friend, superior, or beloved woman. Each of these is of 4 varieties. So by executing regulative devotional service, Vidhi Bhakti, one is elevated to the platform of eternally perfect. So this is the process that Prabhupada gave us. Mahaprabhu has already described it. It's not that we have to do something else in this. Just continue with our regulative devotion service. Sadhan Siddha Das Sakha Guru Kantagar Jatarati Sadhak Bhakta Chari Vidhajan. Among those who have perfected themselves by devotional service, there are servants, friends, superiors, and beloved damsels. Similarly, there are 4 types of mature devotees. Ajatarati sadhak bhakta ei chari prakara vidhi marge bhakte shodash veda prachar. Within the category of regulative devotional service, there are also immature devotees. These are also of 4 varieties. Thus, in regulative devotional service, there are altogether 16 varieties. राग मार्गे ऐचे भक्त षोडश विभेद दुई मार्गे आत्मा रामेर 32 विभेद. On the path of spontaneous devotional service, there are also 16 categories of devotees. Thus, there are 32 types of Atmaramas enjoying the Supreme Lord on these two paths. Just how much variety is there? And also, so here also, Mahaprabhu is saying, on the path of Vidhi Bhakti, there are 16 varieties. On the path of spontaneous Raganuga Bhakti, there are 16 varieties. So that also means not everybody is at the same level of consciousness, of advancement, of bhakti. Everybody is not on the same level. So we should quit judging people or devotees because of our standards. whether our standard is lower or higher than him. We just need to quit judging them. Just on the other hand, we should be just helping each and everybody to make progress. That's all. मुनि निर्ग्रंथ च अपि चारि शब्देर अर्थ यहाँ यही लागे ताहा करिये समर्थ. When these 32 types of devotees are qualified with the words Muni, Nirgrantha, Cha, and Api, the meanings can be increased in different ways and very soundly elaborated upon. 32 से 24 से मिली अष्ट पंचाश पंचाश आर एक भेद शून्यर्थे प्रकाश. When we add 26 types of devotees to these 32, they altogether number 58. You may now hear from me of further manifestations of meanings. इतर इतर चा दिया समास करी, अठा बार आत्माराम नाम लई. In this way, as I add the word cha to one word after another, I make a compound. Thus, the different names of Atmaramas can be taken 58 times. Atmaramasya, Atmaramasya, Athana Bhar, Shesha Sab Lopakari, Raki Ekam. In this way, one can repeat the word Atmarama with Cha for each of the 58 meanings. By following the rule previously stated and rejecting all but the last, we retain that which represents all the meanings. So Cha can mean the aggregate. That's what it was discussed earlier. Saruparnam ekashesha ekavibhakto uktarthanam aprayogiti. Of words having the same form and case termination. The last one is the only one retained. This is from Panini's Sutra. Athan cha karer sab lopa hai. Ek atma rama shabde. Athan artha kai. Atan artha. When all the cha karas or the additions of the word cha are taken away, 58 different meanings can still be understood by the one word atma rama. Ashwat vrikshascha bhat vrikshascha kapit vrikshascha amra vrikshascha vriksha. Okay. By the plural word vriksha, trees, all trees such as banyan trees, fig trees, kapit trees, and mango trees are indicated. Asmin vane vriksha phalanti yaiche hai, taiche sab atma ram krishne bhakti kar. The Atmaram verse is like the sentence. In this forest, there are many different trees bear fruit. All Atmarams render devotional service to Lord Krishna. Atmaramascha samucche kahiye chakara, muniyascha bhakti kare, ei artha. After uttering the word Atmaram 58 times and taking cha in a sense of aggregation, one may add the word muniya. That will mean that great sages also render devotional service to Lord Krishna. In this way, there are 59 meanings. Nirgrantha eva haya api nirdharane e unashashti prakara artha karilu vyakhya. Then taking the word nirgrantha and considering api in the sense of sustenance, I have tried to explain a 59th meaning of the verse. सर्व समुच्चयार एक अर्थ है आत्मरामश्च मुनिश्च निर्ग्रंथश्च. Taking all the words together, there is another meaning. Whether one is an Atmaram, a great sage, or a Nirgrantha, everyone must engage in the service. The word Sarva Samuchaya is significant here. It includes all classes of men, Atmaramas, Munis, and Nirgrantha. Everyone must engage in the service of the Lord. Taking the word api in the sense of ascertainment, there are altogether 60 different meanings. Api shabda avadharane se charivara, chari shabda sange ver kari bevcha. The word api is then used in the sense of ascertainment, and then the word eva can be uttered 4 times with 4 words. Urukrame eva bhaktim eva ahatukim eva kurvanti. The words Urukram bhakti ahatuki and kurvanti are added to the word eva again and again. Thus, another meaning is very, very technical. Eita kahilo shlokera shashti sankhya ka artha. Ar ek artha shun pramane samar. Now I have given 60 different meanings of the words, and yet there is another meaning which is also very strongly evident. Atma shabde kahe kshetrajya jiva lakshan brahma adi kite parayanta tara shakti te gana. The word Atma also refers to the living entity who knows about this body. That is another symbol. From Lord Brahma down to the insignificant, and everyone is counted as a marginal potency of the Lord. Vishnu Shakti Prabhukta Kshetragyakya Tatha Para Avidya Karma Sangyaya Tritiya Shakti Vishnu. The potency of Lord Vishnu is summarized in three categories, namely the spiritual potency, the living entities, and ignorance or Maya. The spiritual potency is full of knowledge. Living entities, although belonging to the spiritual potency, are subject to bewilderment. And the third energy, which is full of ignorance, is always visible in fruitive activities. Kshetragya Atma Purusha Pradhanam Prakritim Striyam. The word Kshetragya refers to living entity, the enjoyer, the chief, and material energy. So this is quotation from Amar Kosh dictionary. Bhramite bhramite yadi sadhu sangapay sab tyaji tabeti hu krishne re bhaj. The living entities are wandering in different species of life on different planets. But if by chance they get the association of a pure devotee, sadhu, they give up all other engagements and engage in the service of Lord Krishna. Shadi artha kahilu sab Krishne ra bhajane, sei artha hai sab udaharane. I have thus explained 60 different meanings, and all of them aim at the service of Lord Krishna. After giving so many examples, that is the only meaning. Ek shashti artha ebe surila toma sange, tomara bhakti vashe uthe arthe rataran. Now, due to your association, another meaning has awakened. It is due to your devotional service that these waves of meaning are arising. So Mahaprabhu is taking a humble position. He's telling Sanatana Goswami that because of your association, I'm getting more meanings. The word Atma refers to the living entity. From Lord Brahma down to an insignificant ant, everyone is considered a living entity. Living entities are considered part of the Lord's marginal potency. All of them are Kshetragya, knowers of the body. When they become Nirgrantha or free saintly persons, they engage in Lord Krishna's service. That is 61st meaning of the words. Aham vedni shuko veti vyaso veti na veti va bhaktya bhagavatam grayam na buddhya na chatikaya. Lord Shiva said, I may know, Shukdev Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, may know, and Vyasadeva may know or may not know Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyasadeva may know or may not know. That's Lord Shiva saying. On the whole, Srimad Bhagavatam, the spotless Purana, can be learned only through devotional service, not by material intelligence, speculative methods, or imaginary commentaries. The devotional service includes 9 processes, beginning with hearing, chanting, and remembering the activities of Lord Vishnu. Only one who has taken to devotional service can understand Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a spotless Purana for a transcendentalist or Paramahansa. So-called commentaries are useless for this purpose. According to the Vedic injunction, Yasya deve para bhakte retha deve tatha. All Vedic literatures maintain that Srimad Bhagavatam has to be learned from the person Bhagavat, and to understand it, one has to engage in pure devotional service. Srimad Bhagavatam cannot be understood by so-called erudite scholars or grammarians. One who has developed pure Krishna consciousness and has served the pure devotee The spiritual master can understand Srimad Bhagavatam, others cannot. अर्थ सुनि सनातन विस्मित हय स्तुति करे महाप्रभुर चरणे लगिय. After hearing all the explanations of all the different meanings of the Atmaram verse, Sanatan Goswami was struck with wonder. He fell down at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to offer prayers. Sakshat Ishwar Tumi Vrajendra Nandan Tomara Nishvase Sarva Veda Parvartan. Sanatan Goswami said, "My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda. All the Vedic literatures are vibrated through your breathing. Tumi Vakta Bhagavatera, Tumi Janartha, Tuma Vinanya Janite Nahika Samartha." My dear Lord, you are the original speaker of the Bhagavata. You therefore know its real import. But for you, no one can understand the confidential meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Following this statement by Srila Sanatana Goswami, we have written our introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is what Prabhupada is saying. Prabhu kehe kene kar amar astava Bhagavatera Sarupa kene nakara vichara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Why are you glorifying me personally? You should understand the transcendental position of Srimad Bhagavatam. Why don't you consider this important point? Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Sarvashray Prati Shloke Prati Akshare Nana Arthakaya. Srimad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna, the Supreme Lord and shelter of everything. In each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and in each and every syllable, there are various meanings. That is true. Sanskrit is such a deep and deep language with so many meanings. Prashnottare Bhagavate Kariya che nirdhara Yahare Shravane Loke Lage Chamatkar. The form of Srimad Bhagavatam is given in questions and answers. Thus the conclusion is established. By hearing these questions and answers, one is highly astonished. Bruhi Yogeshware Krishne Brahmanye Dharma Varmani Swam Kashtham Adhunopete Dharma Kam Sharanam Gata. Now that Shri Krishna, the Absolute Truth, the Master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us by whom religious principles are presently protected. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam was a question raised by all the sages who were headed by Shonak Rishi. This question put before the great devotee Sut Goswami is a foremost of the 6 questions raised. The answer to this important question is given in the next verse, also from Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishne swadhamopagate dharma jnana dibhi saha kalo nashta drisham esha puranarko adunodita. After Lord Krishna departed for his abode along with religious principles and transcendental knowledge, this Puran, Srimad Bhagavatam, has arisen like the sun in this age of Kali to enlighten those who have no spiritual vision. Ei mat kahilu ek shloker avyakhyan atulera pralab kari ke kare praman. In this way, like a madman, I have explained the meaning of just one verse. I do not know who will take this as evidence. Amahena yeva keha vatulahae ei drishte bhagavatera artha janae. If one becomes a madman like me, he may also understand the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam by this process. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu plainly explains that Srimad Bhagavatam cannot be understood by those who are materially situated. In other words, one has to become a madman like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Apart from being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an Acharya who exhibited love of God like a madman. according to his own written verse, Yuga itam nimeshena. So this will come in Shikshashtakam. He says that for him a moment seems to last 12 years. Chakshusha pravdeshayita. My tears are flowing like torrents of rain. Shunyaitam jagat sarvam. I feel as if the entire universe were vacant. Why? Govinda Virahena. Due to my being separated from Govinda or Krishna. One can understand Srimad Bhagavatam only by following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was mad for Krishna. We cannot, of course, imitate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's not possible. However, unless one is very serious about understanding Krishna, he cannot understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam gives the full narration of Krishna's transcendental activities. The first 9 cantos explain who Krishna is, and the Lord's birth and activities are narrated in the 10th canto. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Krishna's appearance and disappearance are transcendental, not mundane. A person is eligible to return home back to God, and if he perfectly understands Krishna and his appearance and disappearance, this is verified by Krishna himself. It is therefore concluded that one has to learn about Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and that to do so, one has to follow in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Those who do not follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot understand the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So one has to, like Mahaprabhu said, one becomes a madman like me, he may also understand. So mad after Krishna, mad after serving Krishna, mad after devotional service, adopting 1, 2, 3, or all 9 processes, then one can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, not possible. Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. पुनः सनातन कहे युई जुड़ी दुई करे प्रभु आज्ञा दिला वैष्णव स्मृति करिबारे. Folding his hands, Sanatana Goswami said, My Lord, you ordered me to write a directory about the activities of Vaishnavas. Mui neech jati kichu na jano achara, mohaite kaiche hai smriti prachar. I am a most low-born person. I have no knowledge of good behavior. How is it possible for me to write authorized directions about Vaishnava activities? He is taking even humbler position. Actually, Sanatana Goswami belonged to a very respectable Brahmin family. Nonetheless, he submitted himself as a fallen, low-born person because he had served in the Muslim government. A Brahmin is never supposed to engage in anyone's service. Serving others for a livelihood is a business of Shudra. The Brahmin is always independent and busy studying Shastra and preaching Shastra to subordinate social members such as Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Sanatana Goswami felt unfit to write Vaishnava Smriti about the behavior of Vaishnavas because he had fallen from the Brahminical position. Thus, Sanatana Goswami clearly admits that the Brahminical culture should be standardized. Presently in India, so-called Brahmins are almost all engaged in some mundane service, and they do not understand the import of the Vedic Shastras. So, even if they have last names like Trivedi and Chaturvedi and this or Dvivedi, they don't know the scriptures. Not all. I mean, yes, some might know. I'm not saying nobody knows. But most of them with no inclination. Nonetheless, they're passing themselves off as Brahmins on the basis of birth. In this connection, Sanatana Goswami declares that a Brahmin cannot be engaged in anyone's service if he wants to take a leading part in society. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Narad Muni states that even if a Brahmin is in a difficult position, he should not accept the occupation of a Shudra. This means that he should not be engaged in service for another, for this is the business of dogs. And so then again, people have this comment, then how we will be how are we going to maintain ourselves? So from Rigari's Katha, it is clear Krishna is the one who maintains everybody. And he will make the arrangement. Under the circumstances, Sanatana Goswami felt very low because he had accepted the position of service, and that too in the Muslim government. The conclusion is that no one should claim to be a Brahmin simply by birthright while engaging in someone else's service. Sutra kari disha yadi karaha upadesh, apane kara yadi hirday pravesh. Sanatana Goswami then requested the Lord, please personally tell me, how can I write this difficult book about Vaishnava behavior? Please manifest yourself in my heart. The writing of Vaishnava literatures is not a function for ordinary men. Vaishnava literatures are not mental concoctions. They're all authorized literatures meant to guide those who are going to be Vaishnavas. Under these circumstances, an ordinary man cannot give his own opinion. His opinion must always correspond with the conclusion of the Vedas. Unless one is fully qualified in Vaishnava behavior and authorized by superior authority, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot write Vaishnava literatures of purports and commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. So, but there are so many people write commentaries, but they have no idea about Vaishnava understanding, Vaishnava conclusions. They just write commentaries. तबे तार दिशा सूर्य मोनि चेर हृदय ईश्वर तुम ये करा सही सिद्ध है. So if you would please manifest yourself within my heart and personally direct me in writing this book, then although I am lowborn, I may hope to be able to write it. You can do this because you yourself are the Supreme Personality of God. Whatever you direct is perfect. प्रभु कहे जे करित करिबा तुमि मान कृष्ण say tum Rabeswaran. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, whatever you want to do, you will be able to do correctly by Lord Krishna's favor. He will manifest the real import, real purport. See, Mahaprabhu is not taking the credit here. He's not saying, I'm Krishna, I'll do everything you want. No, he's saying Krishna will take care. Sanatana Goswami was a pure devotee of Krishna. A pure devotee has no business other than serving Krishna. Consequently, Krishna is always ready to help him. This benediction was given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami, who was authorized to write Vaishnava Smriti. Sanatana Goswami was a pure devotee of the Lord, and through the blessings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was able to write the book perfectly. Actually, that book is Hari Bhakti Vilas. Very important book. Tathapi ye sutrera shun digdarshan sakaran likhi ado guru ashra. Because you asked me for a synopsis, please hear these few indications. In the beginning, describe how one must take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Guru Lakshan Shishya Lakshan Dohara Parikshan Sevya Bhagwan Sarva Mantra Vicharan. Your book should describe the characteristics of the bona fide guru and the bona fide disciple. Then, before accepting a spiritual master, one can be assured of the spiritual master's position. Similarly, the spiritual master can also be assured of the disciple's position. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna should be described as a worshipable object, and you should describe the Bij mantra for the worship of Krishna, as well as that for Ram and other expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's a very long purport, so I think we can stop here. Take this purport tomorrow. So, see some anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Jai
Krishna.
Shri
Thank
Ram.
you.